everyone, and welcome to another episode of Women Like Me Stories in Business. I am your host, Julie Fairhurst. And, I've had a lot of ladies on the podcast, but this one I think is going to be a little bit different. So let me introduce her to you and you'll understand why. So today I'm joined by Cathy Nesbitt, Laughter Ambassador, joining us from Brantford, Ontario. Cathy is the founder of Cathy's Chuckle Club. Makes me want to giggle just saying it. And she teaches people how to use laughter as a real wellness tool, not just a nice little bonus when life is going well. As a laughter yoga teacher, Cathy brings together laughter, tapping, brain gym, so we'll have to find out what that's all about, and simple practices that help people move out of stress and back into joy. She believes laughter really can be medicine, and today we're going to talk about how women can bring more lightness, health, daily joy into their lives, even when life feels heavy. Cathy, thank you so much for being willing to be here.
Hi, Julie. I'm excited to be here.
Yay! Okay. Well, Cathy, let's begin with your story. How did laughter become such an important part of your life and your work?
So I'll just zip back a little bit to bring the laughter in. So it's the 24th anniversary of my worm composting business. Selling. So I have worms too, everybody. Selling worms by the pound for indoor composting. And I was like, oh, this is so important. Everybody needs this because in 2002, I'm located just north of Toronto. In 2002, the landfill for the Greater Toronto Area filled up and we started to export garbage to the United States.
Oh,
And I had a solution. So 6 million people in the Greater Toronto Area, half live in condos, townhouses, places without space to do outdoor composting. And what I'm advocating is composting in the house with worms. And so 10 years into my worm mission, 2012, one more person said, ew, worms in the house. And I'd heard it hundreds of times, but I wasn't listening. I was like, no, 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 you need this. But Julie,
yeah.
people don't buy what they need, they buy what they want. And they didn't
Yes.
want what I was flogging. So 2012, oh my gosh, that day I heard it, I felt it, and I questioned everything. I said, how am I going to keep on doing this important work when people still don't know what I'm doing? And the very next day I was introduced to laughter yoga. Wow. So laughter yoga is not doing yoga and laughing, it's laughing with intention. The laughter part of, or the yoga part of laughter yoga is the practice of the laughter and the deep diaphragmatic breathing.
Interesting. Okay, I want to go back for a second to the worms because I have to tell you, when I was reading a little bit about you, I had to really think about the worm thing. I thought, worms? I don't quite understand. Do I want to discuss worms? I don't know. But now I get it. So, can you tell me about, before we get into the laughter, can you tell me what is, like, how do you compost in your home with worms? How does that work?
Yeah, so the same idea as composting outside in a pile or with a composter. The worms are contained, they're not free range, they're not roaming around the house.
They're not roaming in my kitchen.
They're not. They're in a
Okay.
container, for the do-it-yourselfers, any plastic tote will do. It's creating the right environment. So there are systems that you can purchase, but it's still, you need to create the right environment. So it's carbon nitrogen. The carbon is shredded paper, leaves, straw, cardboard, any of your kind of browns. And then the nitrogen is your food scraps, your scraps from the kitchen, banana peels, apple cores, coffee, tea, etc. The worms require both. So you add all those things in. You have a special worm. They're called red wigglers. And they're designed for composting. I believe they eat half their weight in food scrap per day in food scraps.
Wow.
So they have a voracious appetite. They don't have eyes. They can't go like no point in going sightseeing. They can't see. They stay in the container. They're eating, the paper and the food, and their poop is the black gold. That's what you
Ah,
want. But the waste management is kind of a side benefit. That's why I
yeah.
started my business, but it's the black gold because in North America we have destroyed the soil, right?
Mm,
Corn, wheat, soil, corn, wheat, and soy, acres and acres. That's not how nature intended.
Yeah.
If we're going to do monocropping, like one crop, we need to add a lot of chemicals. And so we do. And that is not feeding the soil. That's what I'm, again, advocating for, feeding the soil. And when we look after the soil and build up the beautiful soil, the soil takes care of the plant.
So if I'm in an apartment building and I've got the red worms working for me, what do I do with it when it's like when is it done? What do I do with it? Do I just go out to a field and release it or
No, no, you don't release the worms because they're the workers.
right.
So you harvest, you separate the worms from the compost. There are several ways to do it, but if you have
Yeah.
a like a bin, then
Yeah.
yes, you would dump it out on a tarp, put
Yeah.
it in small round piles. The
Ah.
worms are photosensitive or afraid of the light. They go down into the piles, scoop off the top. It's
Oh.
really beautiful work. I mean, if people are afraid of worms, they're like, ah, no way. Okay,
Yeah.
there's systems for you
Yes.
where the worms
Yes.
self-harvest.
Yes.
And then you're getting the black gold, the compost. You
Yeah.
separate that, put that aside, put that on your plants, and then you add the worms back into the container and
Ah.
continue the process.
Oh. It kind of sounds fun.
It is. Unless you're
Yeah.
afraid of worms, unless you're
Yeah,
like deathly
right.
afraid, right? Not so fun.
Right, right.
Yeah.
That is the one of the most interesting things I've heard in a long time.
Yay, I love
There
that.
you go. There you go. Wow. Okay. Well, let's move on to laughter ambassador. So what does that mean to you?
Well, in 20 so I was introduced to laughter in 2012. So it was kind of a
Yes.
hobby, a little practice thing. I would go monthly with my mother-in-law. It was our date night. We'd go for dinner and then we'd go to laughter. It was fun. And then I started to get paid gigs going into long-term care and working with
Oh,
special needs. So getting paid gigs. It was so beautiful. And in 2017, I was appointed laughter ambassador by the founder of Laughter Yoga. Because of the work that I was doing, I was advocating so much for this wonderful tool. It's something that everybody can do. Everybody can learn how to laugh. Even if you don't feel like laughing, you can laugh anyway because our body doesn't know the difference between real and simulated laughter, which is like visualizing, right? Like athletes,
yeah.
professional athletes will
Yes.
visualize winning the race and then they do because
Yeah.
their body has done it. Same with laughter. We can just like so our mind, our ego might be saying, "Hey, you look ridiculous. What are you doing? There's no jokes, there's no comedy. What's happening here? Stop
Yes.
laughing." Right? You're in your head then. We say, if you're thinking about how ridiculous this is, you're in your head. So we
Yes.
want you to drop down into your body so you can feel the laughter.
Yeah. Interesting. And so I just would love for you to just talk a little bit about when you go into care facilities and those types of places. And so what do you do? Do you stand up and do a comedy show or are you teaching them yoga? What is it that you're doing there to get them feeling better and laughing?
Yeah, often with seniors in care facilities or retirement homes, they're often seated. The sessions are seated because people may be unstable. So it's
Yes.
laughing. That's the beauty of this laughter is you can do it if you're bedridden, you can do it. If you have mobility issues, it's all fine. I do have a club, and I do encourage people to stand because we are sitting a lot, so it works anyway. But when I go into a facility, what I do first of all, people are generally I ask that they're in a circle, so because it's making eye contact, the laughter
Right.
is contagious, and I will go around to each person. And I kneel down to their level. If they're seated, I kind of kneel in front of them and I say hello, nice to meet you, and I welcome each person to the circle. And then we start with gentle warm-ups. So in laughter yoga, there's clapping, and we're clapping palm to palm. We're activating meridians, and it's really powerful. And so the rhythm is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and the words are ho ho, ha ha ha. Very easy to remember.
Yeah.
When we're saying ho and ha, those symbols or syllables are attached to our diaphragm. So our diaphragm is attached to all of our organs. When we say ho and ha, we're moving our diaphragm. And so when we're clapping ho, ho, ha, 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 It's this priming, this powerful priming that our mind says, oh, it must be happy time. So we start secreting all the love drugs, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins, the love drugs, the feel good chemicals,
Yeah.
versus cortisol, adrenaline, epinephrine when we're stressed.
Hmm.
And I think the most important piece for laughter is the oxygen. When we're stressed, blood lymph oxygen leaves our frontal lobe and goes into our muscles so we can escape, even if we're escaping from our mind. Laughter forces us, right? Like if we're laughing, ha 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 ha, we're exhaling. In order to continue ha haing, we have to, so we can go ha 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 ha, ha ha ha. And so, although there are breathing exercises too, we would say put your arms out in front, breathe in, hold it, and then exhale,
Uh,
ha. And when we exhale with a sigh, it's an auditory signal to our brain like, oh, I must be relaxed. I'm making that sound because we're never frantically looking for our keys, phone, glasses if we've got to go, sighing or running for the bus sighing.
right.
So if we're
Yeah.
sighing, right, it's another way. I hope people are paying attention because these are what I do, Julie, is, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to share my passion for this, is I learn all kinds of things so then I can share with people like how simple it is for us to come back to ourselves.
Mm. Yeah. It's beautiful because laughter is the best medicine. Yeah. So for women who are stressed, exhausted, or carrying a lot, how does laughter actually help?
Yes, I've already mentioned the love drugs and the
Yep.
oxygen. Those two are really important. When we're laughing, we're completely present. It's not a great survival mechanism. We can only laugh full on when we feel safe because
Right.
otherwise our amygdala's firing and we're in fear. So we can't, like, we're like, oh, aware. When we're laughing, we're not thinking about that dumb thing we said yesterday or in that important meeting we have. We're not thinking at all. And even though I've been doing laughter since 2012, when I'm fully present in when I'm leading laughter, sometimes I forget everything. And it's okay because then I say, okay, let's breathe, everyone. And then I always do 3 breaths in a row, which gives
Yeah.
me a moment to think, oh, wait a minute, what exercise can we do next?
Yeah.
So that's how, so it really gets us out of our head into our
Yeah.
body and so that we can be present. We're always thinking about yesterday and we're often not in the present. We're in the
No.
past or the future.
I love that because all I could think of is, oh, wow, I get to forget all my problems.
For a moment,
For a
yes.
moment, of course. Nothing is, of course, yes, of course. But for a moment, you do. Yeah. So you talk about getting the daily dose. So DOSE. Can you explain what that is for our listeners?
Yes, the happy hormones. That's what I say. Like, ever heard
Ah,
laughter's the best medicine? Yes. If it is, and it's true, it's scientifically proven. My next question is, have you had your daily dose?
ah,
Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. The love
ah.
drugs, the happy hormones. Julie, we are literally in charge of our own pharma.
Yeah.
We're fretting about a lot of things. We're swimming around in a stress pool today. We have made stress a normal part of our day. Like it has become so normalized that it's a challenge for people to experience joy. And we feel guilty about joy. Like, oh, people will say to me, Kathy, how can I possibly laugh? There's so many things going on in the world. I say, shut off the news, turn off social media, but keep listening, folks.
Yes. Don't shut us off yet.
Yeah. Because once we see those images on the news, once we hear all the stories, we can't do anything about those things
No.
except feel bad about it, except get stressed about war and famine and we can't afford and there's no jobs and all the things. We
Yeah.
can't do anything about that. All we can control is this. And for those listening, I'm holding my body. Like all we can control is ourself. And the longer I'm in this laughter game, the more I realize all we need to do, and it sounds easy or simple, and it is not, it's a practice, is managing our nervous system. That's it. Because once we feel good, we can do good. The world needs
Yeah.
more of us doing
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally get what you're saying. It's I love the news and politics. I love listening to it, but recently I have cut back because it depresses me. It stresses me out. And you're right. There's nothing personally that I can do about all of that. I can just maybe save my little corner of the world, but or my people, but I can't and fix that. It's too big for little me over here. That's why we have all those other people out there that are supposed to be fixing it for us. But it can be really depressing. And TV commercials, oh my goodness.
Right, all of that. And I have no idea why. I really don't understand. But if you go to a medical center, a walk-in clinic, I took my mom to a kidney appointment and there was like a lot of people lined up for the dialysis. They have a channel for anyone that's not in Canada called CP24. I don't,
Yes,
and
I know.
it's
Yeah.
right, it's the 24-hour news cycle and they have that blaring and it's like, oh, if you missed 10 minutes ago, the tragic accident that happened, the shooting or whatever it was, here
Yeah.
it is again. And so
Yeah.
there you are trying to be healed. And I just question, like, why don't they have relaxation music or the fireplace,
Fishes, the fish
right? The fish
swimming.
tank, right? Something
Yes, I
like that
agree
rather
with you.
than horrible news. We can't,
Yeah,
again, we can't control that. We can
yeah.
only control this. But if we're inundated with all of this stimuli,
Hmm.
it's affecting our nervous system.
Absolutely. Yeah. So some women might think, I don't feel like laughing right now. So what would you say to the woman who feels too overwhelmed or too stressed to even try?
I would say, please do try.
Yeah.
What we say, when I came to laughter yoga, I was really surprised how many laughter professionals came to laughter from depression. So
Um,
they may have been, medicated, and we're not advocating for people to doff their antidepressants or any medication.
right.
Laughter is complementary magic medicine. You can
Mhm.
laugh and secrete the happy hormones and still be taking your antidepressants. Hopefully, it will help you lessen what you're taking, the dose. What we say as laughter professionals is if you don't feel like laughing, bring your able body and we'll encourage you to laugh. We will help you laugh. It is fake it till you make it. The body doesn't know the difference. So if you
Right.
laugh, ha ha ha, ha ha ha, eventually it becomes real. And even if it doesn't become real, even saying ha ha ha, smiling, you send a note to your brain, even just smiling, you send a note to your brain, oh, I'm doing that curled up lip thing. I must be happy.
Yeah.
So pew pew pew, you start
Yeah.
secreting. Then you add a giggle, and then you secrete more. So, it is a practice.
Yes.
And once you start to feel something like the challenge with depression, not feeling sad, not being down, you got bad news
Yes.
and you feel sad. Depression, a lot of people say they're depressed and they may or may not be. I
Right.
think that quite often people bandy this word around and it's not true depression. True depression is when you're kind of, in my mind, is that when you're feeling numb. You're below feeling anything. You're just like, there's no feeling.
Hmm.
And so if you can get to the next level, which may be anger, if you're angry that you're not feeling anything or that this thing has happened, at least you're feeling angry. Good. Even though it's like, oh, anger, we're afraid of anger in our society, right? Because we don't
Yes.
know how it's going to express. But if
Yes.
you're feeling angry, good, that's something, that's energy. And then you can move up the ladder from there and just and you fake it. Like you're just like, ha ha ha,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, and you really do. Like we know if people can recall a time, it may be from childhood, where you were giggling in the schoolyard with friends and you were laughing so hard, all of a sudden you don't even know what you're laughing at, but you can't stop laughing. Your stomach's hurting, your cheeks are hurting. Those are the laughter muscles.
Yeah. Yeah. I I find myself when I'm stressed that I smile. And then you start to feel better
Yes.
because it's true what you say. Your body doesn't know the difference. Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. So what is laughter yoga? And does someone need to be flexible, funny, or outgoing to do it?
No, none of the above.
None of
L-
that.
Laughter yoga started in 1995 by a medical doctor in India, and his goal is world peace. Like, yes, please.
Oh,
So there are
yeah.
clubs in over 120 countries. North
Wow.
America's a late adopter, so yoga's kind of just arriving. So laughter yoga's still in the ocean trying to get here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's not doing yoga and laughing, it's laughing with intention. There are little games to inspire the laughter. There are maybe gentle stretches or something, but it's
Yeah.
not doing downward dog or doing child's pose and or any of those things and laughing. It's really laughing with intention. And it's really a fun thing. And once you get people together in a group laughing, it amplifies. Laughing by yourself, it's possible. Just like doing sit-ups by yourself is possible, but in a group, it's probably more fun.
Yes.
Laughing in a group changes everything. It's contagious. So you're like, okay, I've had enough, but then somebody else starts laughing again. So it bubbles up again.
Yeah.
And there's a thing called mirror neurons. Have you heard of mirror neurons?
No.
Mirror neurons were discovered at the same time as laughter yoga, same year, 1995. Ever notice that when you smile at someone, they might smile back?
Yes.
Or if you see somebody crying, you might feel sad too. Mirror neurons.
Ah,
Humans have them, apes, some birds, and there's probably others that haven't been identified as yet. But it's that contagion. We see somebody laughing, then we want to laugh. And that's where the contagious part comes in. And it's a beautiful, it's primal. It's something
yeah.
that's in us. Like, why do we laugh at inappropriate times, Julie? At the funeral, or see somebody trip and fall. Not funny, but because they may be hurt.
Yes.
But it's our instinct to laugh, and I believe it's our body is so tight, we're so stressed that it's like the pressure cooker. We laugh, ha ha ha, whoops, and then we might feel bad if we're at the funeral that we laughed, but it's that mechanism where then we start secreting the love drugs, we're oxygenating our body, and it's that release.
Yeah. Wow. So you use tapping, which I know what that is, and brain gym. I don't know that. And something I'm going to probably pronounce it wrong, but
Qigong,
Qigong. So
which
how
is
do
like
those,
Tai Chi.
oh, it's like Tai Chi. Okay. So how do those practices help together with laughter?
Yeah, so my whole especially since 2020. Since 2020, in 2020, I took a deep dive into the expression laughter is the best medicine. I've been tapping since 99, and I'm happy that it's
Oh,
becoming kind of
yes.
mainstream a little bit.
Yeah.
These are all modalities that are complementary. You can stack modalities. We can't multitask, but we can stack modalities. So we can laugh and tap. And so I tap on, although I do the whole mantra sometimes, not in club, but I tap on four spots.
Yeah.
I'm tapping on my cheekbones just under my pupils. This is stomach meridian, and so it's the breathing and tapping that helps it work. Kidney meridian, thymus, and spleen are the four spots that I tap on in every club that I do, just
Oh,
to get us into our body.
yeah.
Brain gym is some exercises to connect our lobes. So can do cross crawl. So you take your hand, tap the opposite knee. Whenever we're going across the center of our body, we're connecting our lobes. And I would say that whenever somebody's feeling frustrated, really stressed, anxious, any of the low vibrating frequencies, they probably are homolateral, meaning their energies are not crossing over. It's very difficult for our body to heal when our energy isn't going where it needs to go. So
Uh,
doing cross crawls helps to remind our energy, oh, you need to, over you go. Oh, and again, I will do that at the beginning of my club, so then everything else that we do in club is better incorporated into our beautiful body. And
Ah.
Qigong is just Qigong is about a 5,000-year-old practice, and it predates Tai Chi. So where
Oh,
Tai Chi is
interesting.
more a martial art with
Yeah.
the dance and the moves,
Yeah.
Qigong it predates Tai Chi. So it does incorporate some of those moves, but it's more it seems gentler if that's possible. I know Tai Chi is very slow. Qigong is also slow and breathing, and it moves every muscle in your body and just again gets you fully present, and it's wonderful.
Ah. And so I'd love to know with and maybe you don't know this, but you go into the facilities or other people that you've worked with. I'm curious about what types of reactions, or are you seeing healing in people? Like I mean, healing in themselves, or what kind of results are people getting with laughter?
So many, Julie. I have so many stories. I would love to share one. A couple of years
Yes.
ago, I was doing an in-person laughter in my club in my backyard, and a woman sent me an email and said, "I'd like to come to your club." So she actually brought 8 of her gal pals, which was
Oh,
wonderful. It was so great.
yeah.
And she arrived and said she had knee surgery 8 weeks prior, and she hadn't slept more than 2 hours per night in 8 weeks. Our body can't heal if we're not sleeping.
No.
Anyway, at the end of a laughter club, I say to people, notice how you feel. Your body just had a party, fully oxygenated, secreting all the love drugs. And notice how you sleep tonight. I hope you sleep well tonight. I hope you sleep well every night. It's how we heal. Okay, that's how I end my club every time. They left. A couple days later, she wrote me and said, "Remember I said I had knee surgery and hadn't slept for more than 2 hours?" She said, "I slept through the night after laughter."
Oh,
Wow. So I was like, oh my gosh, I
yeah.
was so moved. And she
Yeah.
continued to say, when I arrived home, I didn't know this woman, so I don't know the story, but she
Yeah.
said, when I arrived home, my 19-year-old son was having an existential crisis. And
Oh,
she said it was like somebody took over my body. She was able to hold space for her beautiful son. I can only imagine stress, maybe shouting, crying on the son's
yeah.
part. Usually, mom is like, gets into stress, maybe shouting or whatever,
Yeah.
just right, stress, stress, stress.
Yeah.
And she came from laughter, right? She was fully oxygenated, all the love drugs. So she was in like a cocoon of love. And so she said, I was able to hold space for my son the first time ever. And I was like,
Oh,
wow, like what a gift.
yeah.
I mean, that's huge. And
Yeah.
there, and I've had so many people.
Yeah.
That's huge. That's a really
Yes.
big example that I gave.
Yes. Yeah.
Other ones, people are, they have their arms crossed. They're totally logical people thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna feel better from laughing. And there's no jokes or comedy. What? You want me to laugh, blah, 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 blah. Right? And you can see it on their face, and it's kind of hilarious.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Because laughter is contagious. It
Yes.
takes so much energy to be like, mm-mm, nope,
I'm not doing it.
like I'm not even gonna smile. No, and it takes so much energy to hold that,
Oh,
like that thing.
yeah.
So when I can kind of, I'll say, if I can break those people, they become the best advocates because they're like, I was a skeptic,
Yeah.
and wow, now I'm healed.
Yeah.
I'm convinced that this is the best
Yeah.
medicine.
Wow. Well, it's like yawning. Yawning's an odd thing, isn't it? Because if somebody around you yawns, the next, like even thinking about it makes me want to yawn.
Just the word, right? You're like,
Just the
oh,
word. Yeah. So
go
it
ahead, it's
makes,
good.
yeah, so but it makes sense that laughter is contagious as well.
Yeah, so yawning, tapping, laughing, deep breathing, humming, singing, dancing,
Yeah.
playing. These are all good
Mm,
for our vagal tone. Our vagus nerve governs our joy. It also is the nerve that puts us into sympathetic or parasympathetic. It governs the systems.
yeah.
And so, if we can build our vagal tone and really practice being in parasympathetic, that's how we can manage our nervous system.
Yeah. Wow. So, what are a few simple things women can do at home to bring more laughter into their day?
Oh, so many things. Well, I mean, you can watch funny videos, but videos, if you're laughing too hard, you're gonna miss the next line and people might
Yeah.
be mad. Same with a comedy club. They're gonna be like, "Okay, ma'am, stop laughing. Nobody can hear the joke."
Yeah.
Something that I really recommend if people are have self-esteem issues or they're just feeling beat up, they're feeling overwhelmed, this simple practice that is not simple, it is a practice. We go into the washroom many times a day. I suggest, I do Ho'oponopono, which is a Hawaiian sacred prayer. But I don't know why I mentioned that because that's not what I'm going to talk about. I would suggest looking at yourself in the mirror, and it's a challenge. Build up to a couple of minutes. Do your power pose, stand with your hands on your hips, or like the victory sign with your hands over your head. Look at yourself in the eye and say to yourself, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And it might just squeak out at first because you might not believe it. The more
Yeah.
you say it, the more you believe it. If you can't love yourself, it's going to be challenging for other people to love you because you don't love
Yes.
yourself. So we
Yes.
emanate what it is that we want. And this power pose is so powerful. Before you're going to have a conversation, what a challenging conversation, doing that power pose, work up to 2 minutes and just looking at yourself. It's a challenge, looking right in the eye, like you're looking at yourself right in the eye, and then add a smile and just say I love you. It's not easy, but
Yes.
working up, then you get more self-esteem, you feel better about yourself, and your posture changes because you walk around with your head up. Yeah, it really changes everything.
No, you're absolutely right. And I loved what you said, is that if we don't love ourselves, it's difficult for others to love us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Well, thank you for that. So you need your so you love working with seniors and people with special needs. What have they taught you about joy?
Hmm. That it's spontaneous.
Yeah.
That it's spontaneous. Because it's not jokes or comedy, you don't need to have like, not that they don't have a frontal lobe, it just they maybe have some sort of cognitive decline.
Yeah.
I have a weekly gig at a day program for seniors with cognitive decline. And as soon as I walk in the room, everything changes. They start laughing as soon as I walk in the room, almost nothing for me to do because it's that primal thing of so what they've taught me is incredible patience
Mm,
and just being open, just knowing that I'm making a difference. It's that we can change how we feel just by smiling, just by doing deep breathing, and not to take things personal. If somebody's not playing, maybe they're having a bad day, maybe they got news or something happened, they have an upset stomach. We don't know what's
yeah.
happening in somebody else's body or mind. We have no idea. We
Yeah.
can surmise, we can make up stories, but we
Yeah.
really have no clue. Laughter has given me the grace of incredible patience.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not personal. That's what I
Yes.
understand too is when I'm doing something, if somebody's playing or not playing, that's not on me, it's on them.
Yes.
And it's
Yes.
never personal. We
Yes.
take it personal, but it's not
It's
personal.
no, exactly. And I mean sometimes it's hard if somebody's grumpy around you or something like that, but I always try to look past that because it has nothing to do with me.
Mm,
It's to do with them and to try to give them some empathy because
that's it.
they're going through something. We will never know what they're going through. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's it.
Yeah. So you have a free online laughter club. And it's been going for about 6 years, I think I read. And what do you think people are really coming for? Are they coming for laughter? Are they coming for connection? Are they coming from healing? Or are they coming for all of it?
All of that. And, in my club, because I incorporate so many healing modalities, I do very little actually laughter yoga in my club
Yeah.
because I'm doing all these healing modalities. I have many laughter professionals who join to learn from me.
Oh,
And I'm honored. I'm grateful. I'm thrilled that they come because laughter professionals are the funnest group of people. We don't need games. We're just like, okay, laugh, ha ha ha, and we're laughing, ha 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 ha. Although there are little games to inspire. So they come,
yeah.
yes, connection, to feel better, to learn from me, and to get their dose because my husband
Mhm.
is a laughter yoga leader. I'm a teacher. I trained him, and he doesn't laugh every day, but he comes every week to laughter club, and he'll laugh in the club. And I think that's the same with a lot of the people. If at least if they come to club every Tuesday, they're getting their giggle for the Tuesday. And I'll ask
Yeah.
people, do you tap? Like I suggest that people tap on the four spots every day to do
Yeah.
the things that I'm
Yeah.
suggesting every day. Do it every day. And sometimes I'll say, how many people do these things other than just on Tuesday? And not many people put their hand up. Like it's,
Yeah.
because it is in the
Yeah.
group. We come to the class and we're like, okay, and then we do it.
Yes.
Lots of people go to yoga and they don't do it on their own, but they go to a class and it's in the class that you do it. You've paid your money, so you'll do it.
Yeah. 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 So I'm going to let everybody know right now that we're going to have Kathy's information in the show notes. So if you're wanting to jump on that laughter call with her, joining the club, or getting any information at all, Kathy's links will be there. So you can certainly reach out to her and find her. So if you're sitting there wondering, how do I find this lady? It'll be easy. Just go to the show notes. So when women who are listening, if they feel stuck or stressed, what is the first tiny step they can take today that will help?
My go-to if somebody's in a really challenging state is to put on a happy song. Music changes
Ah,
everything, right? Like I would say laugh, but if you're not feeling it, it's going to be a challenge to laugh. So I would say
yeah,
put on a happy song, like I don't know, there's whatever your favorite song is. Put on that,
yeah,
but not a country and western song.
yeah. Not a sad song. Not a,
Not a
yeah,
sad
my
song.
dog died yesterday and my,
No.
yeah, no.
Right? Put on an upbeat song like Walking
Yeah.
on Sunshine or,
Oh, that's a good one.
right? It's
Yeah.
something upbeat and or Happy by
Yes. I know who you mean.
yes.
Yes. Yeah.
His name's not coming at the
Yeah.
put on any Bruno Mars song. I mean,
Yes.
put on a happy song and dance literally like nobody's watching. And you
Yeah.
can't be in the same state. You
Yeah.
cannot be in the same state as before the song. Or you're those people that are like, mm-mm. Like
Yes.
how can you be dancing when you're all stiff? So just like be
Yeah.
and another
Yeah.
thing I would say, Julie, is to go outside and earth. Go outside with
Mm.
bare feet on the grass. If you're near the ocean, oh my gosh, put your feet in the ocean on the sand.
Oh.
Be in nature. We are so disconnected today from nature, and nature
Mhm.
is our healer. As soon as we started wearing shoes, we started to get more disease because we're wearing shoes all the time. Even in the house, people wear their shoes or their
Yeah.
slippers or whatever.
Yeah.
So we're like the soles of our feet very rarely touch the earth. And people will be like, "Oh, what if a dog peed there?" It's like it gets washed away in the rain. Like who cares?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. Who
like
cares?
you're not going to lick your feet or something. Like it's fine.
No.
Like if you step in poop,
Exactly.
okay, that's different. But watch where you're stepping, right? But
Yes.
we are literally connected to the earth's energy when we go out in earth. And if we've got pent up energy, it diffuses into the earth. It will reduce inflammation, not in one go, but you can just sit. You don't have to walk around, although walking in first thing in the morning when the grass is wet from the dew and you get first sun on your eye, so it helps to reset your melatonin. These are really simple steps.
Yeah.
We have all this modern technology, which is great. It's
Yes.
it's allowed us to connect.
Yes.
right? We met each other because of technology. I am not anti-technology, but we have no boundaries,
Mm,
especially the
yes.
kids. You see people walking around with a cell phone, so even if you needed help, they couldn't help you because they only have one hand.
Yes. No, that's so true. So true. Yes. Yeah.
So there's simple things like, yeah, just really simple things
Yeah.
for us to just get reconnected with ourself, with nature, looking around, looking up. When you go out for a walk, I see so many people on their technology. Like, just be
Yeah.
present. Just
Yeah.
look around. When I go out, my goal is to make eye contact. It's not easy because everybody's here
Looking down.
and we're
Yeah.
so I don't know what it is. I don't know how to describe what the state that we are in right now where people are so uncomfortable being alone that then they pull out their phone so it's like they're not alone anymore.
Yes.
They're
Yes.
talking to someone
Yes.
or they're scrolling or what,
Yes.
I don't know what they're
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But just like I just want to make eye contact and just say hello to people
Yes. Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
want to know something about the person that I'm seeing that I do end up making eye contact with. Like, hey, I want to learn from everybody because everybody
Yes.
has a story to tell you.
Oh my goodness, they sure do. I think the saddest thing is going to a restaurant and seeing a couple out for dinner and they're not talking. They're just looking down at their phones. I make my husband put his away. I'm like, no
Yeah.
phones at the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, there's nothing that urgent. But it's just such a disconnect.
Well,
Like
they're
I'm
just,
told like yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I love technology and I just can't I want to live forever because I just want to see what new cool things are going to happen. But we can't lose our relationships, our connectedness to people. That's or we're in big trouble.
that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Technology is designed to make us addicted. So we
Yes.
are.
So
So
we
we
are.
are.
Yeah.
Right?
It's that
Like we
simple,
get the
right?
dopamine hit.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
see the things people like what we shared, so
Yeah.
we're like, oh, ping, ping, ping. Oh, somebody shared it. Yay, boom, boom, ping. It's like so,
Yeah.
so again, we're looking for the
Oh, yeah. Yes.
um,
Yeah.
external, like of
Validation.
somebody else validation. Thank you. The
Yeah.
external validation where it really needs to come from us. Like, hey, I am a good person. I know it.
Yeah.
I know it's true. Hopefully, you know it's true too. But if you don't, that's not on me. That's on you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, Kathy, what do you want women to remember after listening to this conversation?
I want them to know that they are super powerful, that we have so much power, but we've dimmed it down. We've dimmed our light down. And especially as women, we're told, be nice, don't rock the boat,
Mm,
don't cause trouble, just go along, you know, whatever. No, rock the boat, everybody. Don't
yes.
don't be satisfied with something that is causing you discomfort. If
Mm,
you've got that feeling like, oh, I wish I didn't say yes to that, then you can just undo that and say no. Just say, on second thought, I've changed my mind. I used to be a people pleaser. I'm not even recovering. I'm recovered. I'm fully recovered. And now when somebody asks me, hey, Kathy, do you want to do this thing? I pause. I don't answer right away. Oh, yes, I would. And then I go,
yeah.
ah,
Yeah.
crap. I said yes, and I don't want to do that. Now I pause. Ask within, is this for me? And if it's not for me, I say, that sounds like a great opportunity. Maybe later, but for now, I'm going to say no, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a difficult spot for a lot of us to get to.
There's a lot of programming that it's
Yes.
decades, right, of programming of
Hmm.
messaging that we're not enough, or you're not
Yeah.
enough, you're not
Yeah.
enough. You are enough. I'm here to say you are enough
Yeah.
as you are. The world needs you. And I would just like to end by saying I think that we are all like a giant mosaic. We're like a giant jigsaw puzzle. We're all here for something. And if we
Yes.
are here and we're doing our purpose, then we're completing the puzzle, and the puzzle becomes complete, and the mosaic is so beautiful because we're here. We're here
Yeah.
now at this time because we chose to come here at this time, even
Yeah.
if it's challenging.
Yeah.
We came to experience something, and so find out what it is that you're meant to do. And it's
Yeah.
not easy. People are like, oh, how do I know what my purpose is? Well, that's for you to find out. Like, Like, what do you like
Yeah.
to do? Make a list. What do you like to do? What do you
Yeah.
not like to do? Okay, here's your list. And
Yeah.
then how do you do more of the things you like doing? Do more of
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Volunteer. Just, I don't know. There's so many ways to uncover what it is.
Yes, there are. There are. But when we feel stuck or we keep ourselves stuck, we're it's difficult to see that.
Mm,
But that is the best advice. So thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that because I think there's a lot of people that have such beautiful gifts and wisdom, but they don't see it. And
mm.
and even those tough times we go through, as horrible as some are, there's always positives that we can take out of that to help other people.
Right?
Yeah,
And maybe it's
yeah,
sharing your horrible message so
yeah,
somebody else can go, oh, they survived that.
yes,
I'm okay too. And
yes,
look at them now,
absolutely.
they're out talking about it.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And right,
Yeah.
somebody needs
Oh,
to know what you've gone through so they can know that they're okay too.
absolutely. Well, that is an excellent place to land. That is all about women like me, stories and business. And so I appreciate that statement from you. That's a good one. Well, everyone, I don't really want to end our conversation with Cathy because I am enjoying it so much, but we have to because our time is up. So remember, her information will be in the show notes. So if you want to investigate, get a little laughter going on, join her club, I don't know, whatever it is that you'd like to do, Cathy can help. And if she can't help, I'm sure she can direct you to where you could go. So please go into the show notes and don't be shy of reaching out to her. Cathy, I just want to thank you so much for being so open and honest, and you have such beautiful wisdom. And thank you so much for sharing it with everyone. I have learned a few things. I'm gonna go.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm putting on some. I got a few good tunes I want to listen to today. So, and maybe instead of listening to the news in my vehicle today when I go to my appointment, I'm going to listen to music.
Yay!
Just that alone. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Julie.
Yeah, well, you're very welcome. And thank all of you for being here on another episode of Women Like Me Stories in Business. And we will see you again next time. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.